Status.
Yes, sir. How's it going, everybody on Zoom? We'll be starting in about 5 minutes. Hey, how's it going? But yeah, thanks for coming. How's it going now? Hope you're well. Thank you. How about you? Okay?
Good to see you. Did you see that? Hannah's asking for the Zoom link.
Oh, okay.
Like literally 10 seconds.
Sure.
So I'm gonna unlock these doors so people can come and go and not bother you and have to knock.
Sure.
Can you put this in office for me? I don't think Hannah's gonna come because she's asking for the Zoom link.
Okay. This is my chair, Dr. Enrique Maria. He's also the director of the program. Yes. Dr. Hannah. And what's the other thing that you have going on today? There's a breakfast or something?
The child's breakfast tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, and it's sold out.
So now we got a bunch of good people. I just got a thing from the vice president of Disney.
What? No way. Wow. I wish I could.
You'll be there tomorrow.
I'll be for sure.
We'll try to get some tickets and get some passes, annual passes. Huh?
So it's Bob Iger?
With the service. Huh?
I know.
Bob Iger is the one?
Yeah, no, not the VP, like, I think one of the vice.
Frank, Joe DeMarco?
No say. I can't say.
Only, oh, you can't say, okay, okay.
Coming tomorrow. Coming tomorrow.
Not that I'm gonna be here, but I might be at Disneyland.
Okay.
Sweet. And how long is the presentation? Do I have?
Half an hour?
Half an hour.
That's part of, that's good.
Part of the question?
About half an hour.
Okay, so I think that should be okay. I was worried about.
But you saw her, right? Did it sound like, she's gonna,
I just sent her a text
she's
yesterday.
asking for the thing.
Via email or via text?
She said, email,
I can also email.
please email the Zoom link.
Okay. On it.
You're gonna come tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there for sure. Yes, sir.
Okay. Phew. I'm feeling good. Feeling all right. I really appreciate you all coming by. This will be like my pre 12:30 speech. I want to thank everybody for coming by. It means the world to me. As you know, there's been a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of weekends we couldn't do fun things, a lot of sacrifices were made, but through guidance of my chair and my committee and my cohort, which I see a good chunk of them on Zoom. Okay, yeah, this could not have been possible. So thank you, Dr. Hannah. Thank you for being my second reader. Dr. Gujalba, I believe, will be joining soon as well. Cohort 16. Thank you so much. We are about 1 minute out, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch over.
Yeah, we'll see if she, you got somebody in the waiting room.
Yeah, I have a co-host. Thank you,
Okay.
LaShawn. Shout out Cohort 16. It's very kind of you. So I'll go ahead and.
So we'll have to maybe just give
Yes, thank you.
Dr. Grijalva, give Dr. Grijalva a couple minutes.
Sure.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah, I can also shoot her a text.
yeah, just if she could be on, if not, we know to just move on.
Yes. I'll give it another minute. Oh, dang, look at all these lovely
No,
people.
you
Wow.
went from, oh, I don't want nobody, I don't want anybody to be here to,
Well, actually, so what was really funny about that, Enrique, is I was speaking to a lot of my cohort mates about what are some strategies that I can implement in this defense to make it effective and smooth and whatnot. And it was Sailesh that suggested be confident. You should go into this with confidence. This is your work. You're the expert in this field. So instead of holding back, I thought, you know what? No, I should have this out because
That's what it is.
focusing on first gen, I want this to be visible. I want this to be like, you can do this too. If a 2.0 graduate from Colton High can fight for a doctorate, I think you can too, you know?
Cool. You're
Yeah.
recording it at some point.
Yeah, it is recording.
Okay, very good.
Right, it is recording. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, I'll go ahead and.
Text, Dr. Vihava.
Yeah,
Why don't we just give her
I'll
like,
see it.
it would just give her like another minute.
Okay.
It was kind of iffy anyways, right?
yeah, I hope everything's okay. Everyone's getting sick. Everybody at work is ill. We work with children, but comes with you know,
Yep.
yeah. So I've been trying emergency
I
every
was a
day.
school teacher for a long time and I honestly, I can't remember the last time I've been sick, like not even a cold.
Mm.
Like,
About the
like,
immunities, yeah.
It's been more than 20
Yeah.
years, not even like nothing,
Take care.
never. Probably, I think building up your immune system.
Mhm. Yeah. We'll give it like another minute.
Yeah, just relax.
Okay.
So basically what we're gonna do is, we're gonna allow the candidate to speak, present to the committee. It's roughly around half an hour. Give or take, you know, whatever. And then after you present, your committee members will take turns asking you questions. So then I'll ask a question, and then Dr. Hannah will ask a question, then I'll ask a question, and then we just do a couple of round robins.
Mhm.
And then the only ground rules I'm sure you all know is that this is something between the committee and the candidate. So nobody's supposed to ask questions or nobody else is supposed to do anything. And then after we're done asking questions, then I guess Dr. Hannah, I guess I'll call you on the phone. And we'll just talk, we'll talk over the phone.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, very good. We'll talk over the phone. Keep talking. We gotta put the volume up.
Okay. Wow, I see we have a lot of people here today. That's awesome.
Keep talking, keep talking.
Okay, I was just texting you, so I'll quit texting you, Thomas. I was going to tell you that I don't know why I did not see the invitation to this. I don't know. I didn't see it though in my email, and I even searched on your name. I searched on Reiki. I didn't see it. So I don't know why. If I would have known you were in person, I would have driven in. I only live 2 miles away.
It's all good.
I apologize. I would have been there, but because I live so close, but I didn't know that it was you were in person.
No, it's all good, Hannah. In hindsight, I should have emailed everybody last night, but I was cramming, you know.
So then I'll call you out and we'll just deliberate and
Okay.
and we'll just she and I have a matrix, like a scoring sheet. And then we'll just all we need is Dr. Vihalva's signature.
Of course.
Okay. So
yeah, I guess I'll send her.
So at the end of this, you just have to do Form 9, I believe.
Yes.
Right? And then some of it. So all right, so we're good.
All right.
All right, so it's on you.
Yes, sir. All right, I am going to share my screen. Okay. Go ahead and move this over to the side. And there we go. Let me make sure that, yep, we're good. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Thomas Robles. I'm a doctoral candidate with cohort 16. This is my dissertation defense, Elevándose más allá de la culpa, rising above the guilt, navigating family achievement guilt and familismo in the academic journeys of Latino first generation college students in the Inland Empire a dissertation presented by the faculty with me and my committee members, Dr. Enrique Murillo, Dr. Hannah Kavala-Ula-Udin, and Dr. Deborah Grajava. Imagine being the first in your family to step on a college campus, feeling the weight of their sacrifices, dreams, and unspoken fears that you might be leaving them behind. Latino first-generation college students don't just face academic challenges, they carry the emotional burden of family achievement guilt. This is not just about education, it's about identity. It's about breaking cycles while trying not to break connections. My research explores the struggles through the voices of Latino male first-generation college students in the Inland Empire, capturing their resilience, fears, and institutional barriers that often go unaddressed. Today, I invite you into their world to listen, understand, and challenge the way we think about student success here in the Inland Empire. And it's dedicated to my late father. So shout out to cohort 16. Today would not be possible without you. This is my defense overview. We'll be going over the problem, my research methodology, my results, the interpretation of those results, contextualization, and we'll go into future research and directions. So first things first, I wanted to start with a definition of terms, and that is what is a first-generation college student, or FGCS? A student whose parents or guardians have not earned a four-year college degree in the US. These students often face college with limited family guidance and distant emotional and institutional challenges. A Latino in this research refers to individuals of Latin American descent. In this study, it specifically describes males who identify with Hispanic or Latinx heritage, especially those with roots to Mexico, Central or South America. In this study, I use testimonials. Testimonials are a qualitative method rooted in Latin American storytelling, giving voice to marginalized experiences. In this study, testimonials capture the authentic narratives of Latino first-generation college students navigating family achievement guilt and higher education. I also talk about community colleges, and for those that do not know, it is a two-year institution offering academic and vocational programs, often serves as an accessible starting point for first-generation and low-income students aiming to transfer or enter the workforce. Finally, this research is in the Inland Empire, a metropolitan region in Southern California encompassing Riverside and San Bernardino counties. This area is characterized by a large Latino population, economic disparities, and educational challenges that uniquely impact first-generation college students in local community colleges. So here's the hook. Only 18% of Latino adults in California have a college degree, according to the Campaign for College Opportunity. Now, Latino males remain the least likely to demographic to complete college. Only 19.7% graduate from my alma mater, San Bernardino Valley College, despite comprising of 69.1% of the student population, according to Data USA in 2023. Family achievement guilt is a deep emotional conflict experienced by first-generation college students, disproportionately affects Latino males, yet is understudied in community college aspects. There's a gap there. Most existing literature centers on four-year institutions and Latinas, leaving Latino males at community colleges largely invisible in academic discourse. This study lifts students' voices often silenced by cultural expectations, systemic barriers, and the emotional toll of being the first. The purpose of the study is to explore the lived experiences of Latino male first-generation college students in the Inland Empire, examine how they navigate family achievement guilt and familismo in their academic journeys, and amplify their voices through testimonials using a phenomenological approach, and to inform culturally responsive practices in higher education. This study was guided by these research questions. What role, if any, does family achievement guilt play in the college experience of Latino male first-generation college students in community colleges? And how do Latino male first-generation college students manage the stressors of family achievement guilt in their community college experience? Shout out to the San Bernardino Valley College marketing team. These are the theoretical frameworks that I used for my study. I actually saw them like layers of a big Scooby-Doo sandwich. So first we have family achievement guilt, as I mentioned earlier, the emotional tension felt when surpassing family in education or income, often causing conflict between academic goals and family loyalty. Familismo is a core Latino value centered on family unity, loyalty, and collective well-being. It can motivate academic persistence, but also create pressure around finances and staying close to home. Cultural mismatch theory is a theory explaining how conflicts arise when students' cultural values differ from institutional norms. In this study, it highlights how colleges focus on individualism and clashes with Latino first-generation college students and independent values, leading to stress, isolation, and family achievement guilt. Some things that I actually experienced in my community college experience. Resilience theory is a framework that examines how individuals adapt and thrive despite adversity. For Latino first-generation college students, resilience is shaped by family support, peer and mentorship relationships, and cultural identity, while also underscoring the need for institutional support. And finally, community cultural wealth, and that's super popular with our cohort. It's an asset-based framework that recognizes the 6 forms of capital: familial, aspirational, navigational, linguistic, resistant, and social, that Latino first-generation college students use to succeed in college. Use your network. This is my methodology for my study. It's grounded in Cresswell's 2018 phenomenological approach for a qualitative study to capture the lived experiences of participants. The testimonial as a method was a narrative-based, culturally relevant form of qualitative inquiry rooted in Latin American traditions. Testimonials empower participants to share their stories in their own voice, particularly useful for marginalized communities. I used purposeful sampling. I made a social media flyer that was able to be shared around very easily. Selected Latino male first-generation community college students from the Inland Empire, and participants were discovered, as I mentioned, through social media. Data collection. They were semi-structured interviews using IRB-approved protocol. Audio was recorded, transcribed, and thematically analyzed using coding strategies informed by Cresswell 2018 and Saldana 2016. The ethical considerations, IRB approval was attained. Pseudonyms were used to protect the participant's identity, and voluntary participation and informed consent was ensured. Now, I would like to describe my participants for the study. I had 5 participants for this specific study that are from the Inland Empire. Participant 1 in his mid-20s, was born in San Bernardino, raised in Mexico, returned to the US for college while working full-time and raising a child. Participant 2, early 30s, husband and a father. He left college multiple times for work and continued to be a role model and provide for his family. Participant 3 is in his mid-20s, youngest of 6 in San Bernardino, and he looks to break from school. He took breaks from school and work and returned during the pandemic. Participant 4, mid-20s, raised in San Bernardino, youngest of 3 siblings, motivated to break generational cycles after seeing older siblings become teen parents. And the final participant, early 20s, lived in Mexico, Uruguay, and US before settling down in San Bernardino. And he navigated multiple school systems and cultural shifts alone. The key experiences between all 5 of my participants were they all said that they balanced work and school responsibilities. Each navigated cultural and familial expectations with limited formal academic support, and their stories reflected deep resilience, cultural pride, and the emotional burden of family achievement guilt. So one of the strongest themes that emerged was the pressure to succeed, not just for themselves, but for their families. For many participants, college wasn't seen as a personal choice, but rather a familial obligation, a responsibility deeply rooted in Familismo. They spoke about internalizing their parents' sacrifices, which amplified their drive to succeed, but also created significant emotional stress. There was a powerful sense of needing to repay the family through academic success, but this came with guilt, anxiety, and sometimes restricted choices, like hesitating to explore majors or opportunities that didn't align with familial expectations. I myself wanted to be a cartoonist back in the day, if you recall me making all those comic books. Many described living in 2 roles at once. As students, yes, but also as providers and role models for their households. This theme reflects both Familismo and cultural mismatch theory, highlighting the tension between interdependent cultural values and the individualistic norms of US education. And I wanted to highlight some quotes that we had from our participants. Participant 3 said, "My parents worked so hard and I feel like I must succeed for them. Participant 2 said, Mexicans just work hard and expect recognition rather than seeking opportunities. And participant 5 said, my parents paid for my education and I feel guilty. I know it's an investment, but it's still hard. Another powerful theme that surfaced was the emotional weight of achievement guilt, especially in the context of financial pressure. Participants often felt guilty for pursuing college, knowing their families never had that opportunity. For some, studying instead of working full-time felt like betrayal, especially when their families were struggling just to get by. They questioned if their academic choices were really worth it, wondering if chasing a degree justified the sacrifices their families were making, or the financial strain they continue to see at home. That guilt deepened when they realized that they had access to resources their parents never had, things like financial aid, mentorship, and campus support programs. Many participants were juggling multiple roles, working, going to school, and carrying emotional burdens. Some shared that they skipped meals or put off bills just to make their education possible. This theme connects specifically with family achievement guilt and resilience theory, showing how students develop strategies to push through hardship while still holding tight to their family values. Some quotes I'd like to identify. Participant 4 said, my family has been in situations where we could only afford rent, not water or electricity. Participant 1 said, college is expensive and I wonder if it's worth it. And I sometimes wonder if it's worth it. Participant 2 said, I had to quit my job and that made things tough financially. The third theme explores how cultural identity and masculinity shape the college experience for these participants. Many shared that they felt pressure to live up to traditional Latino masculine roles, especially the expectation to be the primary provider for their families. Cultural norms emphasized a strong work ethic and emotional toughness, which often conflicted with the academic environment. In school, vulnerability asks for help, but admitted struggles were sometimes seen as signs of weakness, not traits typically associated with the machismo in their cultural context. Some even said that going to college felt less masculine than working a physically demanding job. This created internal conflict as they navigated their identity. But over time, participants began to redefine what masculinity meant to them. They started to view educational success as a form of strength, a way to uplift their families and lead by example. College became more than a pathway to a degree. It became a place where they could embrace both cultural pride and emotional growth. This theme is specifically tied to resilience theory and community cultural wealth, as participants drew from familial and aspirational capital, challenging stereotypes about gender, culture, and what it means to be a successful Latino male. Some quotes I would like to identify. Participant 1 said, men are expected to work hard, not show emotions, always grind. Participant 2 said, Latinos grow up believing men should just work and provide. And finally, participant 4 said, my family asked, mijo, why aren't you married yet? But I just want to be stable first. That's what he told me. But yeah, actually, if I may elaborate just briefly, participant 4 was sharing that they had family that shared, why aren't you getting a manly job like being an electrician or going into construction? That's like a man's job. Why are you going to school and staying for hours? I don't understand. The fourth theme focuses on educational barriers participants faced when their college journeys and how they navigated systems that were not designed with them in mind. Students encountered significant structural challenges, a lack of academic guidance, inconsistent or poor advising and support services that were either hard to access or they did not feel helpful. Several participants shared experiences of institutional neglect, from unresponsive faculty to underfunded campus programs. These moments made them feel invisible within the very systems meant to support their success. Another common thread was the absence of Latino representation among faculty and staff. Without culturally aware mentors, many students felt isolated or misunderstood, making it even harder to ask for help or connect meaningfully on campus. But despite all this, participants found a way to push through. They relied heavily on peer support, trial and error, programs like EOPS and the Puente Project, shout out Alma Puente Works. which offered critical support and a sense of belonging. Importantly, students voiced a clear desire for a more empathetic, culturally competent systems, ones that understand and reflect their identities and lived experiences. This particular theme was specifically directly tied to cultural mismatch theory and community cultural wealth, especially in how students succeed despite lacking navigational capital. Their resilience makes one thing clear: the systems must change, not the students. Our final theme focuses on coping strategies students use to manage emotional and academic weight of their journeys and how those strategies became sources of resilience. Despite facing real challenges, participants developed creative and deeply personal ways to stay grounded. These strategies range from hobbies and rituals to seeking strength from role models, peer networks, and community spaces. Some turn to small but meaningful acts like journaling, collecting Pokemon cards, or listening to music. As always, to reclaim control over overwhelming times. Others lean into cultural pride and personal interests as a protective buffer against stress. They constantly reframe their struggles as opportunities for growth, often seeing their persistence not just as personal strength, but as something inherited from their family sacrifices. This theme strongly reflects both resilience theory and community cultural wealth. Participants drew on familial, aspirational, and resistant capital, demonstrating how Latino first-generation college students don't just survive college, they reshape it in culturally sustaining ways. And I want to do the quotes on this slide, and I forgot the quotes on the other one, so we'll go back. So for theme number 5, participant 3 said, "Resilient jiu-jitsu gave me focus and confidence." Participant 1 said, "Seeing other Latinos succeed helps me stay motivated." Participant 2 said, "I push myself because I want my son to see both his parents go to college." And participant 4 said, "College educated me on how to navigate political issues so that I can advocate for my undocumented peers." And to go back to slide theme 4, participant 5 said, "We need more Latino administrators who understand our experiences." Participant 1 said, "If I don't see people who look like me in leadership, I feel disconnected." And participant 4 said, "Disability services failed me when my professor didn't submit my accommodations on time." So you might ask, did I answer my research questions? As I mentioned, what role, if any, does family achievement guilt play in the college experience of Latino male first-generation community college students? We can see that through the research, family achievement guilt was a consistent emotional undercurrent across participants' testimonials, shaped by familismo, economic sacrifice, and the pressure to succeed on behalf of the family. And those were the themes: family, explorations, and academic pressures, achievement guilt, and financial pressures. And with my second research question, how do Latino male first-generation college students manage the stressors of family achievement guilt in a community college experience? For me, I play a lot of video games, as you guys know. Participants employed coping strategies rooted in cultural identity, community support, personal hobbies, and redefining success as a collective, not individual, achievement. We're doing this for La Raza, for the community, right? The themes with this one: coping strategies and resilience, cultural identity and masculinity, and educational journeys and institutional support. We can see that family achievement guilt was not only present, it was transformative. Students navigated it through resilience, cultural values, and a reframing of education as a pathway to uplift families, not distance from them. Here are the implications for practice. I apologize for the wordiness. I had a lot to say. Culturally responsive support services. Institutions should embed familismo-aware advertising, mentoring, and counseling that respects students' interdependent cultural values. We need to implement advising and counseling programs that acknowledge the integrate familismo and interdependent cultural values. We need to expand Latino representation, increase Latino faculty, staff, and administrators to foster reliability, mentorship, and culturally inclusive academic environment. We need to address achievement guilt directly, workshops or peer support groups to validate and process family achievement guilt can improve mental health and retention. We need holistic student services. We need to integrate emotional, financial, and academic support, especially tailored for working, caregiving, or non-traditional Latino first-generation college students. especially post-COVID, am I right? Finally, we need to promote asset-based narratives, using community cultural wealth models to center student strengths, resilience, cultural pride, aspirational capital, rather than the deficits. So if I may, very briefly, I wanted to say the only reason that I'm here today is because of a few key people that put their hand on my shoulder and said, I got you, let me push you through. The schools, they were set up cool. I didn't know Puente existed. I didn't know EOPS existed. These programs that would have benefited me so much, I fell through the cracks. But because an alumni of this program, Dr. Ricky Shabazz from cohort, I think he's 2, he was working at Valley College. He caught me in a moment of weakness, and he said, "Hey, you doing okay? Maybe you should." I was sharing some health problems my father had, and he said, "It sounds like you need some skills that you can get a good job and help your family. Why don't you join student government?" And I ended up being student government president and trustee because of his mentorship. So I got lucky. I met someone that pushed me through. Not everybody is that lucky. So let's create systems that help people. Recommendations for future study. There was a lot of limitations with this particular study. We focused on gendered experiences. So I specifically wanted to look at Latino male experience because that's where I come from. Future studies should compare how Latino and Latina first generation college students experiences navigate family achievement guilt, masculinity, femininity norms, and academic pressures. There's actually research done on that in the Inland Empire. Shout out to Doctora Marina Cernapalillo, who was the foundation for this study. We need to conduct longitudinal research. We need to track Latino first-generation college students over time, from enrollment to post-graduation, to assess how family achievement guilt and resilience strategies evolve across life stages. We need to study mental health implications, investigate the relationship between family achievement guilt and mental health outcomes like anxiety, stress, and burnout. And I had a lot of that these last couple of years, a lot of that. We need to explore regional and institutional context. For me, the Inland Empire was always where I wanted to do my research. I always wanted to put that work here because this is where I'm from, this is where my grandparents are from, this is where my parents met and are from. I wanted to put it back in the community. We need to expand research beyond the IE to include first-generation college students at predominantly white institutions, HSIs, and private colleges for a broader understanding of environmental impacts. Finally, we need to do institutional interventions. We need to conduct case studies to evaluate the effectiveness of specific mentorship, financial aid, and support programs in improving retention and the well-being of Latino first-generation college students. So this study illuminated the emotional, cultural, and institutional challenges faced by Latino male first-generation college students here in the Inland Empire. Using testimonials and a phenomenological approach, participants shared powerful stories shaped by Familismo, family achievement guilt, and a profound sense of resilience. What emerged was a constant balancing act, honoring family obligations while navigating academic systems that often lack the cultural awareness or resources to truly support them. And yet, those barriers, despite those barriers, these students redefined what it means to be successful. They reshaped masculinity, they leaned on their cultural strengths, and persisted with purpose. Ultimately, their voices remind us that students must do more than just serve. They must sustain and uplift. We have a job to do. This study affirms the urgent need for culturally sustaining practices that recognize, validate, and empower the lived experiences of family, Latino, first-generation college students. Finally, before we open it up to questions, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your commitment to educational equity, not just in theory, but in practice. If this research resonated with your experience, whether as a student, as an educator, as a parent, or as a community member, please know this: you are doing amazing. Truly. You carry so much, not just for yourself, but often for the entire family. And while the world might not always stop to acknowledge that, I will. So those who are navigating systems that were not built with you in mind, but still show up, persist, and lead with heart, thank you. I see you. I am proud of you. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And today, through your persistence, your work, and your impact, you're already doing just that. Thank you very much.
Okay, so, Dr. Hannah, you wanna go first? Otherwise, I can go first. It's up to you.
Well, I don't have any questions. I just want to tell you that I believe your research is very powerful, and I am proud to be a part of your, to be a member of your committee. One of the things that you said, you were asking, it felt like you're asking, what part of the presentation did you connect with? And I connect with a lot of it, but I really like the part where you shared with us about the person from cohort 2 who helped inspire you to see a vision that you didn't see, but this person helped you to see it, and then you move forward. We all need people like that in our lives, and I believe we've all had them. And so one of the questions that I wanted to ask some of you here, and I was wondering if we can go to the slide where I can see everyone, so if you could stop
Sure.
for a
Yes,
moment.
one moment.
Yeah. And what I'd like to do, because I feel we can all connect with his presentation today. Who was that person in your life who inspired you to see what you couldn't see and to move forward? For me, it was my 10th grade teacher for American Indian Studies, Dave Matthews. He's the one. I would have never gone to college without him. Who is that person? Just, if I want to just go around, if you could just say the name of that person. We're talking about how important it is, the mentors that we have, and how important the person from cohort 2 was to Thomas. Who was it for you, Paulina?
My Aunt Mary, who got me a scholarship and allowed me to be a college graduate.
Inspired by his presentation today, Paulina.
Yes, absolutely inspired by his. I was clapping and saying amens here on mute. One of the things that resonated with me was achievement guilt, right? Because I have cousins in Ecuador who struggle, and we have the same origin story, but people ahead of me made some key decisions that put me in this chair today where I am. So yeah, definitely achievement guilt.
Cool. Anyone else have someone they could share and share some thoughts with Thomas today about how inspiring his research is for you?
Anybody in-house would like to say anything?
Oh, yeah, absolutely loved it. I was tearing up the whole thing.
Anybody?
I kept thinking about the first time, I'm going to say the first time I met him, but really what it was, remember the very first class we had? And do you remember when we introduced ourselves? And do you remember, Thomas, what you did? Of course, I remember it because you came in, and you remember the first time you got up in front of us and started speaking, how you sang, and you do remember that? And oh God, I remember it because you know what? That's what I do. You do remember that? That's what I. And when I saw Thomas, I thought, oh, there's someone after my own spirit right there. He's like me, I could really connect with you with that because the way you presented yourself was a lot like the way I present myself. But your presentation today was awesome, and really it's your heart work. You've really done it. It's like when I first met you, you talked about what your topic was going to be, and you did it. You did a great job. I don't have any questions, especially because I read your dissertation. I read it, so I had them all answered. Thank you, though.
Thank you so much, Hannah.
Okay, so then I got some questions.
Sure.
Okay, so from what I'm getting is that your data aligns and fits within the literature,
Yes.
right, that you read. Were there any anomalies, anything that is outside what you may have expected? Any surprises?
Actually, yeah.
I want to hear that.
Yes, there were surprises inside of and outside of the research, actually. I think I mentioned it to you. I was talking to my family member about my research, and I was like, yeah, there's this thing, family achievement guilt, and Latinos all feel like this. And he's like, how dare you assume that I felt guilty? What are you talking about? So I think that in the literature, especially like Familismo and family achievement guilt, we can see that, and the community cultural wealth mismatch theory. We see that in our community, in the Latino community, we do everything for the family, for the community. And I feel, in my experience that I saw, they all felt that. My research participants, some folks that I've discussed outside about it with it, but there are 100% gaps. And it was wrong of me to assume that they would feel guilt. Some people felt pride, right? And actually, to acknowledge that briefly, I feel like my guilt, like you were mentioning, has been absolved. By doing this work, I feel like I'm no longer, well, I'm always going to be there, right? But I feel that I'm in a better place to help people. So I don't feel that guilt anymore.
Yeah, because in a sense, that's kind of what we do, especially as Chicanos, is because we're in diaspora from the fields and the factories and the working class jobs that are even not just our parents, but maybe the people we grew up with, right? And so we, in a sense, absolve our guilt by at least in words, not always in action, say that we do this to uplift, right?
Yeah.
I really like that uplift, not distance. I really like that. Okay, so then is guilt more of a hindrance or is it
Or it pushes them forward.
yeah.
So in the research, we can see that it does both. So I saw with my participants, some people, as you saw in the presentation, they took it as, well, I feel guilty, but you know what, my parents are paying for my college. I need to go. I need to do this for them, with them in honor. I'm just acknowledging that there is that pressure that we're not acknowledging in academia. It's just like, yeah, of course, you get your first gen in and you enroll and you do what you got to do to matriculate through.
Yeah.
But we're not acknowledging folks like myself, you know, my parents. Thank you, Mom, for all the sacrifices you did. My mom is here with us. We did everything we could. They did everything they could to feed us, house us, clothe us, give us great Christmases and whatnot. My sister and I still struggled, but folks like me, we're still here today. Folks like you, we're still here today. So I really wanted to highlight that power. That, yeah, it could hold back some people, but especially in my participants' experiences, it pushed them forward. They wanted to be better than the previous generation or for their children, their spouse, themselves.
So then in your suggestions for like interventions and so forth, and in terms of the role of mentoring, is there a way to absolve people of their guilt? Do we want to absolve people of their guilt?
I think there's a little bit of both absolving, because I think that the guilt, as I mentioned, is a good push into the right direction.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, with my mom and my father's, my dad's health declining when I was in school and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to go to school. I have to make sure that I am setting myself up properly to take care of my family.
Yeah.
So I would argue my guilt pushed me
It's
forward.
like a delayed gratification. I'm gonna do
Yes.
this now, but down the line it's gonna pay out.
Yeah, and we've had conversations about that, about my struggles with my career and whatnot. But like you mentioned, education is a vocation. It's not, oh, you know, the jobs are going to come and go, but this is something that you're committing to implementing into the community, into our families.
Okay, this is an interesting tidbit that did your participants, your males, did they have facial hair?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, so
Let me.
so there's something here I'm getting at, but go ahead.
Let me think. Participant 1 had facial hair. Participant 2 did. 3 did. 4 did not. 5, I believe there was a small stubble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only because in one of the themes about masculinity and so forth, it's common, especially people of color, especially Chicanos, we have facial hair. Because it's a pattern that I don't know, you know, I'm sure the theory would be in terms of projecting masculinity and you know that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't grow a mustache like my dad did. He had a super massive Tom Selleck mustache.
Yeah.
It just won't happen.
Yeah.
I tried.
Okay. Okay, so back to Dr. Hannah. So do you have, I'm sure you have a question now or something.
Yeah, I was wanting to ask you, Thomas, if you would expand more on your participants that you're talking about, the ones really about where did you really feel that sense of disequilibrium? And then how did you get past it yourself? So when you were talking with your participants, when did it happen? And then how did it change what you think? or did it?
So I'll start by saying my participant cultivation process was very difficult. I had multiple people scheduled for interviews. Some dropped out due to whatever reason. And I really feel like the participants that I got, it was a blessing because a lot of them from the social media posts that I had, a lot of that I saw were like spouses, and they're like, "Oh, my husband totally qualifies. Do it." And so participant 2 was telling me like, I'll be quite honest, my wife made me do this. So, but his dad was great. You know, it was a blessing to have him. So in terms of that equilibrium, I think I shared it with you, Enrique, but there were some tears shed in the experiences of these gentlemen. I resonated with them. It's connecting directly with what I've been reading, with what I've been writing. And I feel like it's not highlighted enough, these extra struggles that Chicano and Latino communities feel, especially here in the Inland Empire. But I think what really got to me the most is these are like my neighbors. These are people that probably live 5 miles from where I grew up, people that I've probably come into contact with in work or whatever else I've done in the Inland Empire. As I mentioned, I'm a 4th generation product of this community. So one of the participants mentioned that he's from my hometown. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to help you as much as I can. So I'll be honest, it was hard for me to hold back and be a guide with the discussion rather than being like the savior. Like, oh, I need to connect you to 5 mentors right now, and here's the job, and blah, blah, blah. That was not my job. My job was to listen, let them authentically share what their experience is as a father, as a student, what have you. And I hope I did the best I could. But yeah, it was really hard finding that equilibrium, Hannah. Because I just
So
want to.
in your study as well, something that the participants here might not know, but I know because I read your work, is that when you actually came upon this idea for your dissertation, there really hasn't been a lot of work done on it before. I mean, you do have some, there's been some people, but not a lot. So your work in this is going to be very impactful because you're charting a territory that needs to be charted. You know, I mean, it's been touched a little bit, but where do you see yourself going with your research in the future? What's
I'm glad you asked,
what's your next,
Hannah.
what's
Yeah,
your
thank
plan?
you. I'll touch on what you first commented on, Hannah. You opened the room to ask, what mentors did you have? What made an impact to my audience? And I thought to myself, man, that's an article. That's a chapter. I would love to see this work continued. As I mentioned, I am the first to research this particular phenomenon in the Inland Empire. I'm going to start by addressing the room and the Zoom. Please continue this research in Inland Empire or in your home communities, what have you. I want to once again shout out my good friend, Doctora Marina Serna Polido. This research was inspired by her dissertation. It was done at the University of Redlands. It was probably the first dissertation defense I've ever gone to. And when she was sharing this from the Latina perspective, I cried because I felt so connected to what she was saying. And she said at the end, she's like, future research, this needs to be done for Latino males. And I said, dibs, I want to do that. So I'm glad that the work is going, but 2 people, it's just 2 drops in a bucket. And I would hope that this work would continue in the future. And I hope to be assisting with that. I don't have to be the front of that research, but I would love to contribute.
Thank you.
Okay, so my question has to do with positionality.
Yes.
So if it weren't you asking the questions, co-constructing the interviews, do you think the respondents would give different response or respond differently? Did you mention Doctora Pulido, right? So she's not Latino male. So I'm just making assumptions here. People respond differently. So what do you think about your positionality, that you think you were able to be like more of an insider and be able to pull out more from the folks?
Yes, I would argue my positionality played a very, very critical role in this research. I think that because I'm from the Inland Empire, I grew up in Colton, Grand Terrace area. I went to all Inland Empire schools. with my higher education. I'm deeply rooted here. And I definitely felt that the participants that I received and the testimonials that they gave were definitely guided with a specific hand, somebody that's grass grown here. And I'm sure that their answers would be different if it was someone from Los Angeles or Orange County, what have you. But yeah, I definitely think that this was special because I've been there. I know exactly somewhat what they're going through.
Okay. Okay, so then, Dr. Hannah, if you could cut off completely from the Zoom, and I will
Okay.
go to the other room and give you a call.
Okay.
And then after, you can reconnect afterwards in the loop.
Okay.
When we come back. Okay.
And for the audience, I got a little break. Dr. Hannah, sorry you can't watch it. This page is I can sing if I want. Once in a long lullaby. Your song, over the rainbow, skies are blue. The dream that you dare to dream, really do come true. Thank you. Ooh, oh, someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, fly over the rainbow. Why can't I? This was requested by my cohort, for the record. Thank you. You can blame them. Yeah, go cohort 16. Hope it did okay. Did the nervousness come out?
Not at all.
Woo. Thank you. Woo.
Only on Zoom, so.
How many people do we have? Oh my god.
That was a good chunk of people.
There was a total of 39.
No way! Wow! Thank you everybody for coming by. I hope I get good news.
Yeah, you got some comments in the chat too.
I'm pulling it up. Pull it like a twist chat. Okay. Thank you so much, Maria. I really appreciate that. Thank you, David. Andrea, thank you so much for coming by. I missed you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you so much for your help today. Like I said, I owe you pizza or something.
Yeah.
Roger, thank you, my hermano. I hope you're doing well. I miss you. Alma, thank you so much. I'm also on the verge of tears. Thank you, Emmy. I miss you and I love you. Leon, thank you so much. Thank you for the uke. You're the one that asked for it. Thank you. Daisy, I miss you and I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. I hope I made the Y team proud. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jonathan. I haven't seen Jonathan in a long time. Remember Jonathan from Ben? Yeah, I hope you've been well, man. I'm glad that you feel seen. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Lena, thank you so much. Oh, walk down. Oh, nice. I mean, Summer of the Rainbow is a classic. You gotta sing it, right? Nina, I miss you. I hope I miss my library fam. I hope you guys are good. Daniel, thank you, sir. Love you, bro. Carrie, my brother. Thank you, man. Oh, thank you. Me, Carrie, and Daniel have been working really closely with our dissertations. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lita. Shout out, Lita, for the first gens. Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dina. Angel, thank you so much. I appreciate you, hermano. Thank you. Gracia, thank you so much. She's in her way. Thank you so much. Sailesh, thank you so much for the phone calls and the support. It means the world. Lonnie, thank you so much. Thank you, Nina. I miss everybody. Shout out to the Colton Public Library team. Love you guys. Thank you, JC, for coming. Thank you, sir. Thank you, On. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, brother. Oh, thank you so much, David. I'm so glad that you came by. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. That means the world. Thank you. I hope I made you proud. Thank you, Gina, so much. And that's my future wife, guys, Elisa. Thank you, baby. Can't wait to marry you in August. Phew. Okay. Nickelodeon? Okay. Regardless of what happened.
Research, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. No meat today though. So cashew.
Me and Jordan.
Sure.
Right, no meat today, it's Friday, right?
Yeah, no meat.
First one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got me thinking, there's a young men's conference that takes place in the CSUs every year.
Is it MoCan?
Fairly-
Men of Color Action Network or something?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so,
You should go. I haven't been.
I wanna go.
Oh,
I
you're.
don't want to go, but I was thinking maybe me and you could do a collab.
When are we doing presentation collabs? When are we gonna go to Haku and stuff? Have you ever been to Haku?
But you have extras.
I did the internship twice.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay,
I never got it.
let's go. Fun fact, when I was at Valley College in student government, they offered to send me to the Haku conference in Miami Beach, Florida. And that was the first plane I was ever on. The college flew me to Miami Beach and
Nice.
we landed at 12:30 a.m. And I remember they were like, come check out the ocean. You put your foot in the water and it's hot. It was awesome. I've never seen that before, ever. Yeah, let's definitely collab, man. I'd love to do that. JC, yeah, you down?
I'm down. I was just thinking, so when I was in ASI, the first time I had a suite was.
Oh, you
Cal
did?
State. Cal State.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
ASI, good days.
Thank you,
Oh,
Cal
this is a
State.
suite. I never experienced that before.
Go Yotes.
I got traveled a lot through school, like, I mean, ASI sent me to Chicago,
Oh, wow.
You-
How long were you in ASI?
2 years,
Mm.
I'm vice president for 4 years.
Big time.
I was only able to do one. Oh, were you guys at the same time?
No, it's,
I wish that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was the College of Ed rep 1 year when I was in my undergrad. Yeah. Back when, was it Feeney, the former dean?
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That was the dean. But,
Somebody just told me like, work for ASI, I'm like.
yeah, dude, nice. Nice. I'm glad that you had that experience. Student government, like I said, changed my life. It was crazy. Thank you, Mama. My mother-in-law, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm glad you were able to watch it. It means a lot.
Actually, I went to grad school for the ASI, because I wanted to do another year,
Mhm.
so I jumped to a grad program to.
Oh, nice.
ASI.
Oh, excellent. Wow. You did the master's here?
Did they pay for your tuition as well?
It was like a small stipend.
That's
like
still
$5.
cool though. They have their option, you know?
So back then in the ASI good days, Cal State, if you're an ASI executive, they would pay for your tuition. So they paid for my tuition for 2 years, and guess what I did? I still took loans.
Oh.
I'm still paying for it. If I was someone who just said, do not take any loans, you don't need them, I would have been, not taking.
I came out of Scottsburg with my undergrad and my master's, my parents paid for my undergrad, but I did for my master's. But I was literally paying like monthly payments for the masters.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to paying back my loans.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the first time
This
in
is
my
my
life.
only loan too for the.
It's, I've just been to school since 2010, so it's just been rolling over. I didn't take out my loans till my master's program, but between this and that program, yeah, it's gonna hit me. Sorry, babe, we gotta work that. Thank you, Scott.
A lot of loans.
So we're gonna find out momentarily, Scott, that my committee's gonna come in and they're gonna tell me if I did a good job or if I have to hit the showers. So I hope I did okay. So actually what they're gonna do is, then as you guys know, they're gonna grade my chapters 0, not good, 1, cool, make edits, 2, perfect. Like excellent. So they're gonna go through each chapter, do that. They're gonna come in and they'll say, we give you the title of doctor because XYZ, or they're gonna say, we're not gonna give you the title of doctor because XYZ. So, how do you do, Mom? Yeah, I made you proud? I hope so.
Always.
Thank you, Mom. I love you. This is the worst part, the waiting.
I'm sure people waiting with you, I did my
Right.
own, but it was only, we only did it with the committee, it was a closed session. So I was on the myself and then they went off to a breakout room,
Uh-huh.
so I was like walking around my bedroom. Like,
2021?
23.
23? Oh, yeah.
I was like, I know my defensive history was like a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
That was when I saw my calendar. I put on my calendar like defensive history.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so
Was it in April?
March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get that deadline. You know, we were talking about it. They were like, I already approved, run, go. Oh, yeah, we were talking about it, yeah. Yeah, I was, you can ask my fiance, we were up like 4 o'clock and I was like, can you stay up so I could like tell you what I'm talking about? So
Got
I
that Facebook Live, right? TikTok lives at least.
I was trying.
You know, I saw you did one the other night, and I was like, all right, he's done. He's like.
I want to start streaming again, but I don't know if my computer can handle it, so we'll see. I'm hoping lots of late nights. I'm hoping when Elisa and I get our own spot, we can stream scary games together.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah,
fun.
that'd be sick, right? So I think it'd be
Is that like
fun.
a video game?
Yeah, so you can play games together, some of which we have to make decisions like there's a monster after you jump out the window or hide under the bed, and depending on what, like, you know, it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. And Elisa and I played we played the Walking Dead stuff, and it was very crazy because Elisa's so super animated.
Is that through
Oh my
PS5?
god, PS5 computer, whatever,
Oh.
Nintendo, it's really whatever is best for you. But a lot of the date nights we'll play co-op games, mostly of which that are horror. And by horror, I mean I have to play it and get scared, and she laughs at me. So those are always fun. But Resident Evil is a staple. Have you seen?
I bought my daughters a PS5 for Christmas.
Nice.
They were like, can we just return it and get the money back? I
Wow.
was like, wow.
That would break my heart.
I was like, wow, no, I'm keeping it. So I was like, what's up there with the program? I'm playing video games. I want to go back to the good old days. Yeah.
You two and Alzheimer's
It's been fun. They got the new Cowboy Warbond coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
I could just feel more Call of Duty mobile.
Oh, you know what? So it's really fun you say that. At a previous job, I put on my iPad and you could hook up your PlayStation controller to your iPad or your phone. And you just play like that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, but they really got the emulators.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool.
I've been trying to play Alzheimer's, but it's just a little tricky.
Yeah, it's fun with a group of people though. I'm enjoying it. I like it. I'm trying to get into Monster Hunter right now. Monster Hunter is like the number one for me.
I seen you actually.
I've been playing it since the PSP, so you can ask my sister, like, we'll play every single Monster Hunter ever. But I just don't have time to.
I got into Days Gone for a while.
Oh,
I just recently played it.
don't you do that? Don't you play Days Gone?
It's like
Did the zombie one?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. It was on like one of the free. It was like on my
The second tier.
So I hopped on it one day and I was like, I'll play for like 3 months, like straight.
And then the third tier, like 90.
And then I think they just released the remastered version.
And then they have
Oh.
California.
That's the one where like it's like urban, right? Like you climb over stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, you're in like Colorado and like mountains and like you're just trying to figure out, trying to find his like wife.
I hear good things. I'm down. I gotta pick up Days Gone and Alan Wake. You ever played Alan Wake? I hear Alan Wake is really good. He's like a author. Yeah, he's like a horror author. So horrible things happen. So-
It's not like, the mobile is easier because I bought the Java,
Mm.
so the snap on the controller.
What third party thing do you have?
Java.
Jawbone? I use the Backbone.
Backbone, no.
Okay, Backbone. Okay, so it's cool. I just wish that home button wasn't like, all right, pay for our service. So you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like, man, just let me play. So, I'm right there with you. Yeah, I got real quiet.
We saw her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Let's catch up.
Yeah. It's 1:30.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm letting you.
Yeah.
Maybe reading presentation.
I thought I was gonna I felt like I was rushing, but I hope it was paced well. My first defense, everybody, sorry. Yeah. Bring what I
You're
can.
first and last.
Yeah. You know, if I may be transparent, on my drive over, I had a YouTube video going and it was like how to, top 10 tips for dissertation. And this guy was like,
Did I interrupt?
No, you're good.
I like them.
I'll play around. Okay, so is Dr. Okay, she's there. All right, so your committee, and we went back and forth, deliberated our part. And so, as you all know already, so when this is over, you initiate, is it Form 9?
Form 9.
Yeah, and then we'll fill in our part, all our notes. But both she and I are very, very pleased. We're very happy. In fact, we believe that this is kind of one of the best dissertations we've seen in a long time. And you just got it, we learned a lot. And so we gave you like the highest possible scores down the line everywhere. So we agreed to accept your dissertation as presented unconditionally, so you don't need to make any changes or nothing. It's not official until you turn in your thing to ScholarWorks, and then ScholarWorks accepts your dissertation,
Yeah, Thomas, get it, boy, get it, Thomas, get it, Thomas. Go, Thomas.
Unofficially, until between now, let me be the first to congratulate Dr. Robles.
Woo! Congratulations! Woo!
Congrats.
Thank you, Dr. Hannah.
Yes.
I thought August was in early.
Get him, Thomas, get him, Thomas.
Congratulations, Thomas. Crying happy tears here, honey. Love you.
I'm gonna do hugs in a circle.
I got you a little something. It says celebrating Dr. Thomas Robles.
The Disney guy. After hugs, can we do group photos? Thank you, everybody on Zoom. Thank you, Dr. Hannah. It means the world to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, the doors open at 8:30. And are you gonna have breakfast with us or not? I don't know if you're.
It's a family affair, right?
Yeah, you can be your.
That's wrong. I agree.
Here, call you back. I'll give you an exact date. I'll send you a text with the exact, that way you can, yeah. I would say 9 o'clock is when the food is served, but 10 o'clock is when, like, if you're gonna speak, or closer to 10. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we have a couple of high profile people. Yeah, your staff has all the names in the feeding chart.
I'm gonna set up a thing because I work in marketing.
Can you get a picture? I'm gonna get a picture. You took it on.
Yes.
And Dr. Hannah's right here too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there you go, have her.
Yes. Yeah.
High cohort 16.
Yeah.
Unofficial yearbook.
So we've been using this in our classes,
Uh-huh.
take pictures with our professors on the last day. So I'm gonna go ahead and.
The end of the journey.
Yeah. Okay, so if I can get everybody over here, or do you think over there?
Let me get a picture of your
Oh,
community
sure,
first,
please,
and then
please.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how to do it.
Right there, perfect, right there.
Oh, right?
Okay.
Yes, good.
Well, just one like this.
Yes, right there. Hold on, okay, hold on. Okay, shake hands.
I want to do my
Okay.
cheese shake.
Or put your hand out. Put your hand out so it looks like you're. She doesn't understand.
Okay.
She doesn't
Got it.
understand. Okay, we
Got it. I'll get it out.
Thank
I got you, Bob.
Thank you. Let me set this up for a group photo. Maybe the back, would that be best? What do you think?
Yeah, Polly be here.
Okay, sure, let's do it.
Congratulations, Thomas.
You know what? I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna see if I can set up the.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not connected.
Just set up so all the
Yeah.
pictures are like
Yes.
in a Like you see how
Let's definitely do that. All right, folks, I hope you brush your teeth. We're gonna do a thingy. Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah,
love
boy.
you, babe.
Yeah,
Alright, so we're gonna do, what would be the best way to do that?
There's a thing here we can gallery, I think.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, my friends, come on over here, by the screen. I'll set this up.
Oh,
That's great. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I'll try.
I know, everyone's crying, right?
Sorry.
Mom, dad, brothers, sisters, brother-in-law, everyone's crying.
Okay.
Wow, technology.
Yeah.
You guys get in there more.
Yeah, get in there, squeeze in, squeeze in. You know what? Yeah, let's do
You
it
can
here.
back up too, you can back up also.
All right, how's that? That's looking good. Okay, and then I could put it on the timer from my watch.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
Yeah.
And where are you gonna stand?
Technology.
Where are you gonna
Yeah.
stand?
I'm gonna stand with my mom.
Okay.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I'll stand over there. Okay, I'll stand behind you. Right here, mom. You get in the front. Okay, so we are good. So it's gonna be 3, 2, 1, wait, cheese. Let's do one more for safety. Ready? 3, 2, 1, cheese. And a funny one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! We did it! Thank you, everybody. Woo! Just a moment. Thank you. Thank you. Adios, everybody. Have a good afternoon.
We'll see.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Thomas, congratulations.
Thank you.
Always good.
You guys are Thursday? After party at Nickelodeon.
Congrats, Thomas.
De nada.
I don't think he can hear us.
Ricky, can I have another photo with you?
We got a picture of your family.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your family, I'll take it.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, family, picture, family, picture with your mom.
Okay, please.
Picture you guys.
Oh, the three of us, the two. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's me. I like it. I like it. You guys want? Familia.
Yeah.
We get in the middle. You guys can.
Would you mind taking off?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Thank you, brother.
I'm the picture here.
Yes.
Come on in.
Come on over.
Oh, okay.
You should publish some of those things.
Oh, sure.
Over all the years.
Yeah, I have it. I'm gonna send that to you. I've been creating something. I have pictures from like the whole time.
Like print it out.
Yes, sir. I can do that. 1, 2, and 1. And 1. It's the big doctor.
You can do it horizontal and vertical.
Can you have?
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry.
Doctor Tomas Robles.
There you go.
I went to Disneyland yesterday. I was thinking about it. I was like, I gotta get you something.
That's awesome.
1, 2, and. Got it.
Sweet. Yes.
Huh? You need it? Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, can I get one more with you?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh,
Can I get a picture with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Mom, or Jordan, would you mind taking this one?
That's not a joking.
There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you for. Thank you.
Okay, now we need one.
Yeah.
Was it mixtapes? Love the small.
Thank you for everything. We'll be in contact.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna have to
This
ask,
form.
I'm gonna have to ask you about the scholarly works too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
This like ASCP, you can today and not tomorrow.
Today, it'll be today.
All right.
Thank you so much. Right, come on.
Second familiar. We're trying in baseball.
Thank you.
Can I get a picture?
Yeah, Jordan,
Yeah. Full derby.
You over here too.
No, I see
come on.
it everywhere.
Yes.
You want a horizontal one too?
Yes, but. Probably not gonna get after this one, okay?
President COVID?
Okay, Candace.
Yeah, get over here, Candace. Yeah. Come over here. Enrique, get over
You're
here.
about to go, I know.
Where's
Yeah,
Dr.
I'm-
Ortiz?
Oh, yeah. Here.
It's telecommute day. Ready? Jody, it up. Yes.
Should I take my glasses off?
I thought you had Elvis in here.
Oh,
I heard you singing and I was like, oh, I gotta see who's singing.
Yeah, I've
You
been
have a
thinking,
beautiful voice.
I blame my mom.
Good job, Mom.
That's how it.
Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
There's no more in my head. And I put Hannah's gift in her mailbox.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tomorrow is my party.
Yeah.
I'll be the like. I'll be the like big fish.
What's wrong? You don't need to put it? Yeah. Let me know. Let me know if Jade or Daisy wants to go too.
The punches are. We'll see that's your bucket list, so. We'll see.
So you guys are besties.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, please.
Then send them to me instead of that link.
This one.
Oh, that's Jason's one. I'm like,
Thank you so much. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
You gonna head over? Yeah, I gotta go pick up some, do some errands, but then I'll be sorry, I'll let you know. You ready?
You got it, so you gotta.
Now like this. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cynthia, I gotta go, you ready?
Yes,
Cool.
yes. I wasn't crying. I stopped crying. Like she said, no crying in baseball.
They usually call.
I do.
It's still setting in.
Señor Casor.
No, it's-
You were good. You were excellent.
Yeah, I thought they would. I looked at other things.
I go with me, I mean.
All right, I'll catch you all later. Adios. Take care. Bye. Bye.